In the first part of the interview with Jose, we talk about the food and beverage sector in general in Singapore, so to have a general overview. But now we're going to dig into the Spanish gastronomy in Singapore. So Spanish gastronomy is quite unique. Do you consider that Singaporeans had an understanding of what our gastronomy and culture is?
Okay, I think when we talk about gastronomy, it's many types of gastronomy. When we can talk about more the tradition, that is the one our grandmas cook at home, and it's how we grew up, especially my generation. I think a bit younger than you. But when we talk about it, I having already almost 20 years in my career as a chef. Now I can say I across all many revolutions that we have in the Spanish cuisine. We can talk about molecular cuisine from Adria, that has its benefits for us, because in the end they put the Spanish gastronomy as in the map, but they also explore something that is different as how we eat day to day. And when we bring that to Singapore, you ask me, I think the traditional cuisine is the one that really matches the knowledge of the local, because in the end when we talk about tradition, the tradition food normally is all about raw material, ingredients, some stews, and it's very clear flavors and tastes. In the end when we talk about that food, I think they feel very comfortable. For example, when you talk about paella, that is one of our iconic dishes now. In the end we are talking about rice where we add flavors. It's a plain rice that they eat almost every day. It's true that they like to cook a bit more. It's a bit more wet. It's rice, or it's a bit more dry. But when we talk about the product, they understand what they are eating. That they make them to feel comfortable about Spanish cuisine. We talk about the carabinero prawns, that they eat prawns all the time, but when they try our carabinero prawns, they can see that they are sweetest, the flavor is different, and they can appreciate the difference between quality. In the end, I think, yes, I can say that the Singaporeans, they really appreciate Spanish cuisine.
Well, excellent news. And they appreciate Spanish cuisine. But at your end, do you think you need to adapt the taste that we're maybe more familiar to match the Singaporeans' familiarity of some certain taste?
Okay, my experience until now is most of them they want to try something that is unique. I think the uniqueness of the cuisine is the one that makes people to connect with them. The moment you start to twist, you start to make something different that is not Spanish. And how we say before, most or more people that travel to Spain and they want to bring the same memories to here. Even sometimes I need to say, I feel a bit sad, but sometimes when I have customers that they say, I eat here better than how I eat in Spain. For me it's a bit sad, because in the end, how can it be possible, But I believe it's because you choose the wrong place, Always experience can be depends of where you try the food, but I need to say that, I think I really like the Spanish cuisine.
Wow, that's great. So we have, great reviews coming from Singaporeans regarding Spanish cuisine. So for any Spanish chef or restaurant that may be listening, would you recommend not to export certain foods? So maybe do you think the Singaporeans will not feel really comfortable tasting certain foods, or will not really approach and understand the quality of certain materials?
Okay, I think it's for sure one of our iconic products in Singapore is always the Iberico ham. I think that for now we are unique. And they really love. It's a very typical comment that all my clients or my friends, when they're back from Spain, everyone says, no, we take a leg of Iberico ham, we slice, and we bring in the nuggets, and it's amazing. So I think the flavor that we are talking about Iberico ham is very unique. And after is, when you talk about other products, my experience here, seafood is always a welcome product, as we say, octopus, prawns, as a frozen product or as a fresh product. But when we talk about in Spain, we have a huge culture of tinned food, preserved food. We talk about from mushrooms to capsicum or with vegetables, we say, and seafood. It's true that here they don't value their food as a preserved food. For them, in the end, it's something that they come in a bottle or they come in a can, and they don't understand the value. I think the culture of Spanish as a team food is very high, and for us, it's always can be our supper, can be our dinner, just some bread, a bottle of wine, and 2 or 3, 4 nice quality things. But here, for some reasons, maybe it's education, maybe we need to have a bit of time to teach them, what is the difference between this product or something that they can be manufactured in other countries. I think, but for now, it's not the time. If I need to point something maybe would be all the canned food.
Exactly. Yes. So we share similarities, but of course there's something that we're different in a way, and it's important for Spanish to understand that in order to be, I mean, to have an efficient export and to be really successful in that area. Regarding Spanish cuisine, do you think there's a typical consumer of Spanish food? So do you say it's just the expats, right? That we meet Spanish food and we come to your restaurants and kind of try it again, or is a high client, a premium client of the Spanish
I need
food?
to say it's like Spanish cuisine is still something new,
Mhm.
and I need to say 70% of my customers, they are locals. Yes, they really feel comfortable coming to the restaurant because they feel the food is easy for them to understand, and the way we treat them, they make them to go back again. And also I can say that new young people, like maybe later 20s, they want to explore what is Spanish cuisine, and maybe they spend less, but it's fine. As soon as they try our food, I think maybe today they have less, maybe tomorrow they have more, and they will back. No, and I think this is our job as a restaurant, because that they will help us to create the interest for Spanish cuisine, and later when they go to the supermarkets, they will choose Iberico Ham versus Prosecco. Versus prosciutto.
Yeah, no, totally. And just feel the difference of the taste as well. So, I mean, 70% of your customers being local.
Yeah.
How do you think that they perceive Spanish food, and do you see an increase in the interest from the local community?
Yes, in the end, it's still something new. Sometimes we're still having people that they try, but they can say they try tapas. No, but the tapas become, especially the tapa concept, become something very general. Even now, you can go to certain places that is not any type of cuisine, but when they categorize the menu, they put the word tapas. Tapas become a small portion of something. I think this is the perception of for some people. No, in the end, when they try tapas, maybe they try a small portion of pasta called tapa. For them, they say yes, I tried tapas before, but in the end, when we come to the authentic Spanish cuisine, not all of them they tried before. And I think when they try, they will impress, they like it, and they want to back.
Yes, so I mean we'll see an increase, I think, in the Spanish food cuisine and community. And finally, Jose, I think for anyone who may be interested in starting a restaurant, maybe here in Singapore, do you think there's still room for more restaurants from your part or from other Spanish chefs in Singapore?
I think it's always a space for new concepts. It's always a space for new restaurants. It's just you need to choose the right thing to do it. No, but it's always, as any business, if you have a good ideas, why not?
Yeah,
you must try.
So if you have a good idea and a good concept, just go for it, and I'm sure you will have a place in the Singaporean market. Thank you so much, Jose, for all the information that you provided and for kind of bringing the Singaporeans closer to the Spanish gastronomy and Spanish food. Thank you so much for being here. And thank you so much for listening. See you in the next interview.
Thank you so much.